All right, ladies and gents, time to get this show on the road. Welcome. Hope we are all doing well on this fine day. So as always, guys, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are around the world. Welcome to another edition of the London session, London stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you to the few of you who are on the stream in a minute. Guys, well, wouldn't you know it, gold once again creating a new all-time high. So it's just a given at this rate on the daily. You come to the charts, gold's already made a new all-time high. It's pulling back, and the plan is very much the same pretty much every day, guys. We're still going to be looking for buys here today on gold. I will go over the full analysis shortly. Guys, in the meantime, if you could please do give me a hand, do me a little favor, and make sure to hit the like button. Don't forget to do it on your way in every time. It really does help to get the numbers onto the stream. Let some people know that we are streaming, we are live. We are the #1 education stream without doubt. I have no doubt about that when it comes to Forex trading. I give away so much free content, free information, free education on the daily. So the least you can do is hit the like button for me, YouTube and TikTok. If you could please make sure to smash that screen. Let's get the people onto the stream and let's have a good one, gang. Any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to go over, as always, feel free to pop that into the chat, guys, and I'll make sure to get to that shortly. Meantime, let's have a look at the news. Let's see if we do have anything scheduled moving forward here today. We do have high impact pound news. I'm pretty sure we do. GDP, and that's to come in 8 minutes from now. So you have, obviously that's something to be wary of. GDP for the pound, the forecast is for it to be a little bit better than the previous, so that would be good for currency strength, I would have thought. So that's something to keep an eye on for those who will be trading the pound. It won't necessarily impact what I do. I trade gold, but we will analyze GJ perhaps in time for that particular news event. Also GU. Guys, all right, so let's get cracking. Let's start with, as per the usual, let's start with the gold. Let's have a good one, team. So looking at the gold, and once again we are very bullish, and I know people are going to say it's a time to sell. Every time people have asked me it's a time to sell, it just continues bullish. So for me, there is nothing yet to suggest ready to pull back. Once again, I'm going to be trading in line with the bias, the strength of the trend, which is very bullish. The daily, obviously previous daily and not closing strong bullish. Current daily, high low, higher high. Let's just mark in the low, just in case there may be some cheeky sells below it. I very much doubt it though. Reason being is because we do have the high low, higher high, guys. So if we were to continue bullish, then we don't necessarily need to pop back up and we'll pop back down, sorry, and break the low. So the support formed at the low of the day. So we'll see what sort of traffic we've got below it, but we're still likely going to be looking for only the buy options. Onto the 4-hour time frame here. Once again, very bullish. Current candle is about to close and is, by the looks of it, closing a strong bearish candle. But irrespective, the structure is all to the upside at the minute on the gold. So I'm just going to mark in the most recent support. We'll adjust these zones accordingly on the 15-minute time frame. I will mark in this level just now, seeing we are about to confirm resistance on the 4-hour at the all-time high. Let's make our way down to the M30 time frame here. M15, sorry. All right, so on the M15, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to adjust and add zones. So I'm just going to shift this one down, and I'll use that bullish candle wick low. I know we do have some wicks further to the left, but I will adjust this zone if need be, if we do actually pop back down towards that level there at 41.75 sort of region. Otherwise, guys, what we can see is we are currently at a level of support formed on the move to the upside prior to creating the all-time high. So for me on gold today, it's a very simple one. I'm just going to shift this one down as well. And what I'm going to be looking for, so we're daily low. To me, there is still not really much to give me any kind of catalyst to sell it. 15-minute time frame would be confirming a structure flip in 4 and a bit minutes, just under 5 minutes. So that would be at least a decent thing to look for any counter trend sell. So, all right. The one potential sell option, guys, I'll give it to you now. This is what I'd be potentially looking at if it was for a sell. Perhaps two, actually. Well, let's talk about two. First things first. confirm a structure flip, which again we are about to do, as long as we close below this swing point here. Then what I like to see is price trigger in some buyers, trap those buyers, close below this 41.96, and at that point there we do have some clean traffic, and I would be confident that we're coming back down to the 4-hour support, deeper into the 4-hour support, 41.85, that sort of region. So off the back of that, it could be potential sell options. Once again, at that point, already what we've done, or what we would be doing there as well, is breaking the support formed at the daily candles low. So if we were once again to continue bullish, I don't feel as much of a need for us to pop below that support. So if we did pop below it, retest it, begin to pull away, for me that may be enough to look for some cheeky little sell options. That is the more, in my opinion, the better of the two potential sell options. Now if we do confirm the structure flip, so we need to close below this horizontal, then if we did prop back up only to reject the all-time high resistance, the 4-hour resistance, which we are about to confirm, perhaps off the back of that there may be some sell options. Once again, we've created a double top at the moment here in M formation. If we did likewise, then potentially I could look for an option to sell it, but I'm very hesitant to sell it, to be honest. So for that matter, what the obvious thing would be to look for right now is potential buys from support, guys. We are at support. It's just a matter of which level. We've got the current level 42.05 we have tapped into, and we are bouncing off it so far, respecting it. The further down we go, 41.85, that sort of region would be another potential entry point in regards to looking for a price action catalyst to take a buy. So obviously I'm not just going to buy limit order it, I'm going to wait for some sort of confirmation. So a little bit of maybe consolidation, or look for my engulfing candles, so on and so forth, and that could be a potential option. Same thing applies to the zone lower down. So that is my opinion of the gold. Interesting, we have got no upper wick. We are closing the hourly candle. We are closing a very strong bearish. We've tapped into the support. What is the actual margin within this candle itself? Just in a minute, let me check this one out. Oh, it's 70 plus pips. All right, for 2 minutes left. My idea was, guys, if this closes weak bearish with no upper wick, and the following candle wick straight down begins to break the high, that could be a very quick impulsive entry, but not if it closes strong. It would need to close weak. Now we could use the fib yet again here, and this would be very, very impulsive. Free education once again. So to determine whether or not I believe it's a weak enough candle to look for any impulse entry, from the data I've accumulated over the 8+ years of trading, what I want to see is price close above the 0.302. This is how I use the fib. I don't use it for entry points. I just use it to gauge the strength of a candle, or of a current candle, or a candle, or against the previous candle, for instance. So if we do close above this 42.0870 roughly on this candle in the next minute, the new candle creates a low wick, I may look to buy it on impulse as it breaks the high of the bearish candle. It will be very, very impulsive, but seeing we have pulled back to a level of support, it's also 5-minute resistance. To me, it could be a good entry point, because we have obviously been moving with a lot of momentum, a lot of volume. Yesterday on stream we took a very quick win. Not many of you managed to get involved, but those who did took a nice win. So let's just wait that just under 40 seconds. And it's not going to happen. See, it's ripping to the downside, so likely not going to happen. But anyway, guys, so what we're going to be looking for is, once again, some sort of catalyst from this level, where it be a little bit of consolidation, price begins to pull away from it, or our engulfing candles, so on and so forth. And once again, hopefully that makes sense. That is the gold team. Just going to remove that. It's not going to close above that level, so there is no valid entry just yet on the gold. In the meantime, let's quickly look at GJ and GU actually, because it is news time. This is a chart sent into the members group, and it's popped straight up off the back of the news. Let's see what actually came out of it, if it is already updated. All right, so it was as predicted. So strength in the pound is something we could anticipate. The back of that though doesn't mean I'll just buy it. Me on GU here, this is a chart sent into my members group before. I'd be looking for potential buys at the minute. but I'd be looking for them from lower down. I'd rather price pop back down to the support around 134 flat, tap into that psychological round number, previous level of support. It's also the structure level, the level where structure that did close below would flip on the 15-minute time frame here, and the M30. So I would preference it pulling back to that point before looking for buys, and otherwise I would look for price to pop back up to what is a strong level of resistance. It's a 4-hour resistance, and if it did reject yet again, I would look once again for an opportunity to take a sell if it were me trading it. Just quickly on to GJ again, I don't trade it anymore. Is at a level of interest in regards to a decent level to get involved in a trade. It's at a 4-hour resistance. What we have done is formed minor support just below that resistance, so if price was to begin to pop back below the support, then it could be an opportunity to take it back down towards the Asian session low, daily low. If we were to continue bullish, there is not much need for us to pop below that support. Once again, if we did drop below it, retest it, pull away from it, good chance we're heading back down. Aside from that, what I do like about GJ is the fact that at the resistance, we have triggered in some sellers. So as you often hear me mention, if we were to pop above, trap those sellers, we do have some clean traffic to the left. I do believe there's a high probability that we could eventually head back up to the 4-hour resistance around that 203.30 sort of region. So that is what I'd be looking at on the GJ. And that is a market wrapper for the time being, ladies and gentlemen. How are we, team? Tony Gold, legend mate, hope you're well. Sebastian, good morning to you, brother. My YouTube member, hope you're well. Carl F, good morning to you. Franco, you guys rock. Thank you for joining as per usual. TikTok to the 70 plus view on stream. Hope you guys are all doing well. Welcome to the 8 new followers. Thank you to those who've watched the latest video upload. Over 17k views on TikTok. Wow. Yeah, that's a 70 on YouTube. Crazy, 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 isn't it? But all good. At least someone's enjoying it on one platform. TikTok, let me go through the chat and let me see what we have here today. Killed it yesterday, killed it all, well, killed it this week. We're gonna see if we can kill it again today. Michael Hughes, g'day to you. Caden, thank you for sharing the live. Bruce, that sell was great. Yeah, I doubt it, but I took it. All right, nice one. If you managed to get involved in a trade, and you should never doubt your entry though, to be honest, because if you do doubt it, then maybe there's something you've not ticked off. Maybe you've entered on emotions. That's just my personal opinion. So if you take an entry, there must be a reason why you're taking it. You must believe it's a valid entry, and you must be confident in your analysis. But nonetheless, well done. See you. It's you, Bruce 4219 unmitigated. I think it reversed and sell. 4219. Yep, not too sure what is at that level, but anyway. See the daily candle currently how it looks like. Daily, I usually have that indicator showing me, but I've not yet added it back onto my chart here. So it's flipped back bullish. It briefly flipped bearish, tapping into the support. So once again, if we remain above this support, I'm all about the buys. We've got 10 a bit minutes and this thing is ripping. There is no entry for me just yet. I need to wait for at least the 15-minute candle to close before I would consider an entry. At this rate, it's pumping. So I'm likely going to need to wait for a bit of a pause prior to an entry. JF 222228. No, I do not trade fair value gaps. Your price action, mate. Andre, should we buy? A little bit late if you're not in a buy. I'm not in a buy. I didn't have the right confirmation. Created for greatness, gold going up. It definitely is. Bruce institutions coming now, taking gold back up. Institutions. Yeah, to be honest, I think a lot of them have been buying for a fair bit. It's the retail traders that are lagging a bit still, but they will jump on because I see gold at record highs. Silver is another one. It's obviously at record highs, that catching a bid and will continue to catch a bid. But it's the major banks around the world. Obviously, gold is what they all want. And look at this. This is just up, down. Because gold is money. Gold is real money. Banks will, obviously a lot of the countries these days, especially BRICS nations, are steering away from the US dollar and prefer to trade in commodities and their own currency. And one of those commodities obviously being gold is a major one. Big boy, is it still sell? No, not for me. Bruce is turning there. Mr. Harry, does again liquidity swept or not yet? This Asian liquidity, sorry. Yes. Yeah, it's literally swept below and it's popped back up. El Pistolero. GU in range now. GU, I had a look at it just before. Just had some news. Yeah, like I mentioned, I want it to pop back down to 134 flat. Form support and then look for a buy. User gold overbought RSI. Spoke about this yesterday, I think it was. Not care less what the RSI is saying. Gold does its own thing. Gold is in a massive uptrend. It's been overbought for God knows how long, and it continues to pump. I would not sell it just because the RSI is saying it's overbought, because again, it does not give a rat's ass about any of those sort of indicators. It just continues to pump. I've been one of the only ones to keep, you know, encouraging people to look for buy opportunities as opposed to trying to predict the top, because you get wrecked. It is in a big strong uptrend and it can continue bullish. I don't care that it's created, you know, so many consecutive daily candles bullish or weekly candles. There is nothing to suggest we're ready to pull back. So trade what you see, react to what you see, not what you think might happen. That's what I always recommend. Are you long yet? No, I'm not in a trade at the minute. I didn't have the confirmation. So it's at a level, it's bouncing off it. Not much I can do about it. All good. Lane Banks. Do you stream every day? Pretty much, yeah. Pretty much. Wow, look at this. Gold is just getting the levels is correct. Yesterday with the members group, about now and a bit after the stream, did call perfect analysis in gold, but it was just lacking one minor detail. It had no lower wick prior to the entry. It was actually here. It does look like, well, obviously it's got one, but what happened, this thing pumped up to create its high and then pulled back to create its lower wick. So we're looking for entries just there. It would have been about 60 pips in that roughly, but unfortunately it just did not create a low wick prior to breaking above that bullish engulfing catalyst candle high. I did again call all this in the analysis in the stream as well, guys. So if you are paying attention, there are opportunities for you guys to get involved. Uh, 7.02 app. What is the blue you put? Blue, that is a zone. It's a zone of liquidity. 42.05 basically, 42.05.20 to 41.96.12. It's subjective. This is just how I do it. Not saying it's better than anyone else, but it's what works for me. Bruce, 42.28 is my resistance. 42.28. Fair enough. I've got, based off the 4 hour, 42.30 basically right on it. Where am I from? Melbourne. Melbourne, Australia, I'm afraid. Harry, I think a little bit too late. So again, Would have been in this had this closed weak bearish. I did mention it. This closed above the 0.302, and reason being is because it's a rule of mine. It would suggest this was a weak bearish candle after tapping into the support. And if we were to break it, there would be a good chance, seeing we are in a big strong uptrend, that we would reverse. But unfortunately, it closed too strong of a bullish candle, so I'm just sticking to my rules because I know if I do follow it, I'm going to be right 80+% of the time. And sometimes it means I miss the move, and is what it is. My members, here is a link if anyone wants to join. Really want to finish the year strong, guys, so if anyone is interested in, you know, leveling up, be a good place to be. I'm gonna do my best to help my team. I'm always there to answer questions and help out on calls and things. Dave, you in gold buys? Not at the moment, no. Yeah, I didn't have the confirmation. Plan is correct once again, but just didn't have the right confirmation. But it's all good, not fast. Not fast whatsoever, to be honest. See what happens. Alright, GJ is still looking pretty good. Again, we're triggering sellers, which is good at the resistance. Above it, we've got some very clean traffic. So if it closes above, GJ is going to be pretty nice for a potential buy option. GU, again, I still would prefer it to pop back down a little bit lower. Wow. Good old gold. YouTube gang, don't forget, please, if you could hit that like button. Tafuma 29 buy. I'm looking for buys. I could not find a way. And I'm a really strict disciplined trader. I didn't quite have the confirmation. Yes, it was at a level. I've got it marked in. If you're on the YouTube stream, you can see I've got it marked in as buys above that run is the top of this blue zone. But unfortunately, it just didn't get right confirmation. But yeah, so if anyone wants to see the full screen, make sure to jump across to the YouTube stream. Again, same profile name, and it's good also because who knows with TikTok, guys, up on about. But I have been banned before on TikTok. Be any day, any minute. Make sure to also jump across to the YouTube channel and make sure to follow and watch on that particular platform. Tafuma, I'm not interested in selling it. No. No, I'm not interested in selling it in a minute. We'll see how price reacts to resistance. Dan, g'day to you. I've just put my NQ analysis in a members analysis section. Would love to hear your thought. No worries, mate. I will definitely have a look at that. Thank you for sending that in. Looking for buys from support. That looks pretty good. Buys above the resistance. Looks clean to the left. I think that, by the looks of things, looks a pretty good idea. So let me quickly look at it here. So NQ, you're looking at, obviously, the futures contract. My feed is delayed, mind you, because I've only got trading view basic, but by the looks of it, yeah, I think you're spot on. I'd personally have that zone in because it's a bullish counter wick, so I'd want to be below it for any sells. But it's pretty much the exact same. Very clean above it. Let's just quickly look at the top down. So the weekly is forming strong bullish. Daily candle closed bullish, current candle inside bar, not a great deal of volume as per to be expected this time of day. 4 hour, bit of consolidation, got some resistance a little bit ahead, but it is clean on the minor time frame. So yeah, I think you're spot on with the actual plan. But just be patient with it. It may be one of those ones closer to, you know, pre-MY where you get your opportunity. As far as sells, I'd want to be below that level there as well before I would really consider any potential sell option. But yeah, pretty much the exact same plan is what I'd be looking at. I mean, you could get an opportunity shortly. Nice one, mate. Thank you for seeing that in. Mihai, g'day to you. GU look nice for buyers right now. GU, I mentioned I'd rather it back at support. Price action wise, yes. That candle itself, liquidity candle, plus engulfing, so you got double catalyst there. So lower high, lower low at one point, and it's only pulled back up to break the high and close above it, engulfing. So that is a liquidity / engulfing candle. So if price broke its own high again, yes, good chance it could pop up. But again, I would preference it popping back down to 134. It's right in the middle here. Not a great deal of margin to the upside, so I would just be patient and wait for it to pop back down. Tepfuma. Telling you, bro. All good. Just, yeah, you do what you think is best. Heavy Metal Bulldogs, g'day to you. GJ, not looking that bad actually. Like I mentioned before, we're getting sellers at the resistance. It's 4 hour level, so if we wipe those sellers out, popped above it, then there is going to be opportunities to buy it because we are clean to the left. Otherwise, below 202 for 60, it could be sell options. TikTok guys, if you could hit that screen for me, please. There's only 29 likes so far. Usually a couple of thousand by now. Smash that little screen for me, guys. That's better. See, Bitcoin struggling a little bit, but maintaining the psychological round number 110 flat, very important level. Still quite, in my opinion, still very bullish on the higher time frame perspective. You've got the altcoins also finding some support. You got ETH remaining above the 4K. XRP has been around that $2.30, $2.40 mark for since the big drop. So pretty good rebound bounce off that liquidity sweep. Trapping obviously buyers, liquidating a lot of buy positions. Yeah, nice little bounce back in crypto. MXRT 27 buy or sell, nothing in a minute. Dean, add an NQ buy and just cancel the order, pull too low. I still have the current candle when it printed lower. Yeah, see, my feed's delayed, so I'm not. I know it's probably looking different here. It's probably popped above the resistance, closed above it, maybe. Let me look at NAS, maybe that will paint a bit of a picture. Yeah, so something like that, then it's like it may have. I'm assuming it's closed probably just above it or around the same sort of level. Popped up, popped down. Wouldn't be a bad option if it broke its own high again, to be honest. But again, I personally wouldn't be trading this time of day. You know better than me when it comes to trading NQ at this time of day or NAS. I don't bother with it personally. Because it's out of session, so I will not trade it. But, yeah, no. Doesn't mean it won't move or can't move. Maya, what code are you talking about? Little Storia? What was that? No idea. What are you talking about? Almost 1-to-1? Dean? Okay. Yeah, similar to NAS. DRL decorating. Opinion on gold and silver correction next week? No opinion of it, to be honest. I trade what I see. I don't have an opinion. My personal opinion is gold and silver. So I do have an opinion, and that is that gold and silver will continue to keep on keeping bullish. Doesn't mean they're not going to have pullbacks. Of the belief silver will be in triple figures, and it could be a lot sooner than what people think. Gold heading to 5k. I think that could be a lot sooner than people think as well. 4.5k by year's end, I think, is extremely realistic. It could be even by next week, you know, the way gold's been moving. So for me, yes, it's going to have its moments where it does pull back. I mean, people freak out when gold drops about, you know, $20-30 in one candle, thinking that's it, it's the end. And it just rebounds, and it rebounds stronger every time it happens. I said it yesterday too. Watch this happen, and watch this. I wake up next morning, we're back at all-time highs. It happens on the daily. So again, I personally, when it comes to trading, I trade what I see, not what I think will happen. Yes, there is going to be a time when we will pull back, but if you were to try and predict that, you would have got wrecked so many times now, because throughout this whole big move up, you would have, not saying you in general, but I mean people would have thought, for instance, you know, all the way back at 3,400 3,500, that's just enough. It can't keep keeping on, and it did. I remember being on stream and people were saying it's coming back to 1,200, it's coming back to 2k. You have no idea what you're talking about. So we'll wait and see. All right, wait and see, because all this, when it was stuck in that area of accumulation on the high time frame here, is just liquidity being built up into the market. The underlying trend was bullish, and what I did mention was it is more probable for it to continue bullish once it's gathered enough liquidity from the markets in order to do so. And look at it since, it's not pulled back or looked back at all. Barely had a bearish day. Again, all throughout, people would have been trying to predict the top. and would be getting absolutely wrecked. So I just trade what I see, and we are very, very bullish. You know, I'm of the belief that we will continue well and truly bullish for quite some time. There could be a pullback, could be a significant pullback, but to be honest, I do accumulate more so silver physical. It would not shake me out of the markets at all. Not at all. It would just make me buy more. That's all it will do. Because my personal belief is that these precious metals, not just gold and silver, I think platinum, palladium, much the same, will continue to push bullish. I think palladium is a good one. Palladium is one that is quite undervalued. XAUUSD is the chart. It is well off its all-time high. Has been moving though, obviously. Would have been nice to pick some up a couple of weeks ago. Still has a lot of room. I would be very much considering accumulating some. Platinum has been obviously moving really strong bullish throughout the year, but once again is well off its all-time high. And guys, don't forget that one point platinum was worth more than gold. Could it eventually get to that point again? If it did, well, platinum is going to be worth a hell of a lot. So for me, they're very interesting plays when it comes to accumulation, long-term perspective. Not talking about trading in and out, I'm talking about just literally buying and holding the physical. Dean convinced your dad to buy 2 ounces of gold at 3,330. If you're not, nice one, mate. I still think gold's good to buy now. My most recent purchase was 3,500 of physical. I'm talking about, not trading, and that was at the all-time high at that point. Did not put me off. Granted, it was for my son's birthday, but still didn't put me off. Was not at all, you know, pissed off about having to spend a big amount, because I've got conviction and this is nothing. One day gold will be above 10, above 15, above 20k, I do believe. Then it's in global Dow. I don't look at it, to be honest. Humble. I'm assuming Dean's dad is holding. Yeah. And I have no plan at all to sell my silver anytime soon. Alright, GJ still hovering below that resistance. GU, what are we doing? Still could come back to support. Quickly look at EU as well, guys. Still got 30 minutes until session open here, just over. EU similar to GU. Let me quickly do the top down on EU for those who might be interested. The weekly is forming quite strong bullish. Does have a equal low pretty much to the previous weekly and lower high. Daily counter probabilities are bullish here on a daily. Do some clean traffic, but we are at a previous level of support. Let's mark in the current daily low and see what there could be below that point. There are potential sell options off the back of that. The 4 hour structurally has flipped back bullish just recently, earlier today. Has rejected some resistance though to the left, so want to be above that level for continuation buys, above 116.812. Just mark that in. As far as support, most recent, so we'll mark that in 116.17. Make our way down to the M30 time frame, which is also bullish. So the bias on EU is bullish here today. We'll just adjust that to the bearish candle high. Yeah, so above 116.80 is where you want continuation buys. Aside from that, similar to GU, I'd like to see maybe price come back down to sweep the Asian range, Asian session lows, pop back above, form support above, and then look for a potential opportunity to take a buy off the back of that. So I'll be looking for pullback buys on EU. In regards to any sell options, you probably want to wait for a structure flip unless you're selling it from higher up. you get that M formation, a double top, and rejection yet again from the resistance, like so, then that could be a potential opportunity to get involved in a sell. Otherwise, I'd be hesitant to sell it below the most recent support because you don't really have the margin, to be honest. The current level, you've got like 7-8 pips below this support to the blue zone here, so I would wait for it to confirm a structure flip below 116,430 and then consider sells. Otherwise, I'd be looking for buy options or sells from resistance. What's going on, YouTube? How are we? Awfully quiet bunch on YouTube. Hope you guys are doing well nonetheless. JB, buy gold now, if you like. You're a little bit too late though. Yusuf, I think it is. Yusuf. No, sell. Alright, fair enough. Not interested in selling it in a minute. So some of you saying sell. Fair enough, if that's your opinion of it. I'm waiting patiently for an opportunity to take a buy. Yesterday I got my opportunity on stream. Took all of about minutes to skew profit. So again, I train my plan. And if it presents while I'm on stream, fantastic. The day before, presented about 15 minutes after stream, and I called it out in my members group. So again, there's a reason why I stick to my rules and my plan, because I know it's going to work 80+% of the time, 80% of the time roughly. So I respect if you guys are looking for some sell options, but for me, they're not really valid at the minute. I'd rather it actually reject the 4-hour resistance prior to considering sells. Or pop below the support at 31.96. Okay, JP, how do you know when to buy and sell? Through years of experience. Got some very strict rules that I follow and strict signals and then price action that which validates entries at certain levels. So you'll just watch, you'll learn a lot just by watching. I'm not going to go over it all because there's too much. I've documented it all in my course, which is over 140 pages long, and that's all included in the VIP. Cal, up or down? Moment, I still think we're more bullish, but I'm not buying it because I don't have a confirmation. It's not the right level for me to buy it from. Oh, just a lira. Yeah, nice one. I'd want it to drop lower before looking for buy options. What is going on, guys? Who's currently running trades? I'm sure some of you are. Feel free to let me know. And what are we thinking? We're thinking gold's going to continue and create a new all-time high, or we think it's going to come back down and pick up some liquidity before maybe heads back up. What do you think it's going to sell off? And again, if you're entitled to your opinion. I personally believe we're going to continue bullish. I personally believe we'll make a new all-time high at some point throughout the day. But again, that's just what I think will likely happen, but I'm not going to trade. I'm not just buying it because I think that's what's going to happen. First of all, it's not at a level that I want to get involved in. And second of all, I don't have a confirmation yet. So once again, be waiting for it to come back down yet again towards this support and looking for a price action catalyst. Or waiting for it to, whoops, you guys get the picture anyway. Waiting for it to pop back up. Want it to trigger in sells prior to approaching and reclaiming or claiming a new all-time high, and then look for a potential buy for the back of that. Bog Hugh. Gold, buy or sell in this moment. And for me, it's nothing right now. You're hunting for a signal, mate. Do whatever you want, sell it. Don't blame me if it's wrong though. It's just, there's no entry for me at the minute. It's what, to be honest, it's what a lot of noob and rookie traders mistakes they make. They always think they need to be involved the whole time. Think, right, you turn on chart, come to the charts for the first time today. All right, what can I do now? Need to buy or sell it straight away. No, you don't. You need to do your analysis. You need to have a plan. You need to determine what levels you want to get involved. And once price gets to those levels, you need to ask yourself what you want to see, whether it be, yeah, I don't trade in fair value gaps, things like that. That's up to you. I don't trade those. But ask yourself what you want to see at certain levels. Wait for price to get to those levels. React accordingly. Not always a trade to be taken as a scalper. If you're a swing trader, you're likely in a trade for a lengthy period of time. But even swing traders will need to wait for levels to be met and some sort of confirmation. And I understand, I used to be the same. I used to, you know, want to be in a trade every second. As soon as I exit one, I want to be back in another one. Sometimes jump back straight into the same position, same trade. All you're doing is sabotaging your trading. That's how you blow accounts. Key Lima, Rubio, sit sell. One bull. They just want to jump. Yeah, I know. Talisman, FX, NZ. I was waiting for consolidation or confirmation at that buy zone. Didn't get. Yeah, same, mate. Exact same. The only way I was looking to get involved impulsively, if this, and I mention it, if this candle closed, this bearish candle closed, I swear I changed the color, closed like so. And yeah, it's just following simple rules that I have. And again, I'm giving away, it's free education, guys. So this is the way around. This is where I use the bib and measuring from low to high in this particular instance. And if closed above 0.382, it would suggest it's a weak pause or a weak bearish candle at the support, rejecting that support, bouncing off it. So it's at a level of interest, the level of accumulation to the left that I want to get involved in trade. Off the back of that weak bearish candle, have we broken a high, and we did do it in this candle, we did make the move, I do believe it would have been a high probability trade, more impulsive trade, but a high probability trade, and I would have reacted off the back of that. But seeing we closed as we did, which was obviously strong bearish, then that invalidates that potential entry for me and I missed the trade. Again, a lot of time it protects me because a lot of time that would have ended up being a losing trade had I taken it. So no FOMO, I could not give a shit. It's just not my trade. That's how you got to see it, guys. Didn't tick the box, so no entry for me. Yes, the level was where I wanted to get involved, but I didn't quite get the right confirmation. Sweet. What are different types of traders? Was obviously what I do. Scalpers. You've got your micro scalpers, which will, you know, traders that go down sort of 1 minute and they're in and out really quickly. Your day traders, intraday traders, swing traders, so on and so forth. There are many different ways you can go about it. To be honest, I used to swing trade. I begun as a swing trader. I could not stand it. Wasted about a year of my life trying to not just work it out, but being comfortable with it. Having trades open for such a long period of time, being in and out drawdown, being in significant profit, not managing it correctly, and then letting it go back into drawdown, things like that. Having sleepless nights because I'd wake up, check my position. That just wasn't for me. But for some people, scalping is not for them. They prefer swing trade. Casper, you think NQ might hit 24,940 on a pullback? Pretty much where it's just come from. Wow, NQ looks good for continuation, to be honest. Not just yet. Me, I think there's a good chance it's going to continue bullish. Let me look at NAS. Yeah, so working into clean traffic. So Brad took a long in the discount zone of 42.10. Nice one. Dean, first trade I took since I joined the course. W, put it with my setup. Nice one, mate. Nice work. Yeah, looked good. Looked really good. Looking at Nasdaq looks good, and yeah, perfect. As I mentioned, did I or did I not rewind the stream? Did I or did I not mention that this thing, because it pulled back, it created up a wick, popped back into the range below. If it broke its own high, it was a solid buy entry, and look at it now. Nice work, mate. Good, well done. Postman 100%. Yep. KJP, which time frame is best to trade? There is no best time frame. It's whatever works for you. For me, it's the 15-minute on gold. I will look at the 5-minute though, and I will look at the 30, the hourly, the 4-hour, the daily, the weekly. I look at all different time frames, but generally speaking, the confirmation catalyst time frame is the 15-minute for me. And if this was in a downtrend, if this tapped into the 4-hour resistance, I would now have a catalyst, bearish engulfing candle. But again, I have to be strict with my rules, so I'm not going to jump in because we're not yet tapped into the 4-hour resistance. So I'm not yet convinced that this is the highest point of the current 4-hour candle. So it's not my trade. Once again, could make the move. No FOMO. Not care less. Jay's retest 42.13. Yeah, not sure what's at that level, but yeah, good chance. Fib zone, okay. Fair enough. I use fibs very differently. No low wick, so irrespective of whether or not this is valid, again, because it's not tapped into that zone, to me it's not valid. Irrespective of that, it's got no low wick, so that would render this invalid for me. And again, it's just a simple rule, because what I find that is that a lot of the candles that close like so, no low wick, the following candle ends up maybe creating that low wick and ends up closing strong in the opposite direction. So it's just another rule to follow, and it just makes it black and white, guys. It's not should I not, I'm not sure. It's yes or no. That's how I'm trying to make it trading, to the point where it's either you know it's an entry or it's not. There's no ifs, buts, maybes. I'm not sure. It's just valid or not valid. So brand entry look decent on the 1 minute. Bearish candle rejected twice. G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And you?
All good.
All good. Yeah, yesterday I was not able to join the MY session.
All good, mate. All good. We pulled a nice entry just to get a lower wick on prior to the entry. But otherwise, all good. It was just a short, sharp stream. There was only a couple of members on it, so
yeah. I'm sorry.
All good. What's going on today? We're looking at GU.
Same as you. So I see bullish. I'm bullish on GU.
Yeah.
But it's not the right level, so I'm waiting also to get down and then from there taking some buys.
134.
Is pardon me?
Yeah, around that 134.
Yeah, correct. This one.
Yep.
Correct. And because weekly and also the daily is bullish candle, so
yep.
It's a good sign to take buys in this direction. So yeah, waiting, and it's good to wait a little bit more and not in this area which we are right now.
Correct.
To take some buys. Absolutely.
Yeah, I do agree. There's nothing wrong with waiting for price to get to the level you want to get involved.
Yep.
Same thing on gold now.
Started.
Sorry, mate?
The waiting game started.
Yeah.
For me on GU.
Yep, same on gold again. This rate waiting for it to pop back down to support yet again.
It would be nice if maybe if we touched at the end the resistance there.
Yeah.
Would you be then keen to take some sells when we?
I would consider it because the 15-minute structure's flipped back bearish now.
Okay.
Yeah, I would consider it. 4-hour resistance if it rejects that zone again. But yeah, otherwise I'm still all about the buys.
I have a question. So yesterday you took a buy on gold, and it was a tiny position that you mentioned
on stream.
On stream, on YouTube stream. So
it wasn't that bad. It wasn't, to be honest. It was a decent position.
Okay. So my question was at the end. So when you are looking to your normal position, so when you are talking about a little position, are you 50% taking off or 75%?
Look, it just depends. If the stop loss would have been over that 100 pip sort of mark, I would have probably gone about a third maximum.
Okay, you are adapting at the end the lot size to your stop loss at the end.
Pretty much,
normal,
just
normal. Okay,
I'm
understood.
not. Yeah, I'm not so strict with exact numbers as like how far the stop, or how wide the stop loss is. I know what my full position size is. I don't know, like cutting it by half, what that would be, and then if I cut it by 2/3, what that would be. Yeah. Yesterday was about a half position.
Yeah,
it was a half position.
The right now, so the range is a little bit different on gold price.
Yeah, stop losses are a lot wider.
Okay, but understood.
To be honest, I play it by ear. It's not the best way to do it, but once you've got the experience and intuition that you can do it that way. Yeah, to me it was a quality entry, quality setup, and I was very confident in it.
Absolutely. So the last two which you took was very good.
Yeah, very similar entries. Yeah, we'll see anything presents. Not to worry.
This times, so you are getting very quickly to your TP.
Yeah, well, very quick, and also got to execute quickly. Remember on Monday we called a really nice trade, but I couldn't execute in time because I was trying to set a stop order by stop. Whereas yesterday on stream I market executed because I knew trying to set the buy stop I'm likely going to miss it. So again, it's just a matter of adapting. The only issue with market executing, sometimes it can work in your favor actually. I think it kind of did yesterday, but sometimes you're going to get slipped a fair bit on where you want to get involved. But yesterday actually triggered me in, I think about a couple pips below the level that I would have put the buy stop in. It worked out pretty good for me. But a lot of time it's not. A lot of time it's going to do the opposite, especially with the volume on gold at the minute. A lot of time you're going to find out you're in 5 to 10 pips at you know, above or below if you're looking to sell it, the level that you want to get involved.
So you are slipped at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but it's also normal at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's why I prefer place orders, top orders, sometimes limit orders. Oh, GJ, closed above. The M30 has not done so though. Alright. What you'd be wanting to see, 30-minute closure above here on GJ. Weak bearish M15. There's a double catalyst. Here's the fib. Off the 0.382, so above here.
Will you give GJ a try today maybe?
No.
Just in.
No, I've completely separated from GJ. Not interested in trading GJ anymore. But that's what I'd be looking at. Closure above that point there in the M15 or close the M30 above the resistance. You got a dual catalyst there. Price begun to break the high of that. What will be the catalyst candle?
Yeah.
Oh, wick and entry.
I put some pairs out of my watch list.
Yeah. Oh, really?
GJ is also GJ is also one of the pairs I put out.
Got rid of? Yep.
To be distracted at the end. So
correct. Good point. To be honest, that's if I wasn't streaming, I'd only have gold up here at the minute. Honestly, because yes, in the future I will look to add, like I mentioned yesterday, I will DAX, maybe even Euro Aussie, because I used to love trading it. But otherwise, I would not have any of this up here. It's just convenient for the stream. Obviously, I would have silver and gold.
Clear. It's clear.
Yeah.
Some people are asking you.
But people do get distracted, that's for sure.
Yeah, sometimes I was looking about GJ with GU and looking maybe if they are moving in the same way.
Yeah.
And I noticed it's better not to look.
Correct, I agree.
Oh, GU is coming down.
Yeah, nice one. Almost at the level. Long is not in the minute. Bang bang, so it's going up or down. Minute, gold. Trying to push bullish, but again, it's not at the level I want to get involved. It's even going to get out of the house for a bit. Gonna win. Nice one, mate. Yeah, it's a good. Well done, mate. I'm happy to hear it. You're not being greedy. You're not going to try to force anything else. You're happy with the result. Go enjoy the rest of your day, your afternoon, your evening. By all means, mate. Well done. So great, interesting strat though. Fibbing at 15-minute candle. I'll look into it, see how it suits my trade. Yeah, I don't place entries based on where we are on the fib. I use it to gauge strength of a candle at certain levels. Again, it has to be a certain level. It's at support, and it doesn't mean. Again, there's different. I use it in many different ways, to be honest. When it's at a certain level. They're just a couple examples to gauge strength of, for instance, this candle. Like I mentioned on GJ. GJ, again, it's tying it in with the closure above. So if it didn't close above, I wouldn't give a shit if it closed above the 0.302 on the fib. If this was actually a high of the resistance and we're below it, for instance, the start of this green zone. It would not make a difference if it closed above 0.302, but seeing it's closed above a resistance, then it does make a difference, because that would suggest what we have done is pull back to tap into that level to grab some more liquidity, and because we're closed back weak, also closed the M30 above, so it's the higher time frame, so the strong confirmation. That to me would suggest that perhaps we'll grab some liquidity. It's a weak enough closure for us to look for a potential buy as price becomes to break a high. Or you could enter just above the bearish candle, just a little bit lower down, but for the sake of maybe a pip and a half, you're probably best to enter above the 30-minute high. All right, 4 and a bit minutes until session open. How long do you stream for, Cameron? Just depends. I basically call it when I see fit. So sometimes a couple hours, sometimes an hour and a half. Sometimes a little more than 2 hours. Bang bang, are you buying? Not in the minute. Bruce, it looks like I was correct about 41.22. Yep, nice one. Yared, buy? Not in the minute. Bruce, now we must wait for a retest on downside support. It breaks, so I sell straight. I'm waiting for it to come back to 42.05 or pop up to the 4-hour resistance. By the way, Daniel, sorry mate, I just saw these stickers. I never pay attention to it. Apologies guys, I'm not like, you know, being ignorant. I don't pay, maybe I am ignorant. I don't pay attention to it. I'm not trying to be rude, but thank you nonetheless for the stickers. Yes, Daniel, I am from Melbourne, mate. How do you use trading options? Good. To be honest, options to me is a bit like going to casino. It's a bit of fun because you can trade literally 15-second options. But you think price is going to be up or down within that time frame of 15 seconds. What I thought about was on a Friday, just doing it for shits and giggles, literally like $100. Same as going to a casino. Then you can flip it in a few minutes, or how quickly you can lose it. But yeah, I've never taken it seriously. I've never actually done that, by the way. I've had a demo go of it and it was a bit of fun, but trying out a strategy actually, something that I've put together. I've written it down somewhere. I think it was going all right, but I can't remember. I stopped playing with it, to be honest. But options is a bit of fun more than anything. Doesn't mean you can't make money from it. And yes, some people, you know, do it full time. I respect that, but I've just not really looked into it enough. Rapid lyrics, so should we buy? No, not for me, not in a minute. MIT only trade London predominantly. I do look at the charts from time to time during the Asian session. I had a brief look at it this morning my time, but nothing was really presenting, so I decided to go to the gym. And free MY these days with the team, a couple days a week. LS plastering services sells for sure. 100% will go back up. I do believe at some point it will. Daniel, same. Do you do New York much on? Nah, yeah, for me it's too late, mate. I get up early. I don't like to be on, especially in a couple weeks time. It's gonna be midnight MY open. Some people I know, some people in the US trade London session, so it's, I don't know, depending on what part of the US you're in, it's probably like 2 in the morning. And they like it, that's fair enough, but for me, I can't sleep during the day. I can't do it. So I'd rather trade the time it suits me. That's either London or Asian session. KJB entry 4208. Again, there's no limit orders. I'm not just entering when price gets to that point. I need a confirmation. Will, you're thinking sells to the recent swing low? Is that a bad idea right now? To here, look, no, it's not. I wouldn't say it's a bad idea, but it's against the bias, against the structure. We are very bullish. To me, there is no sell confirmation. And again, guys, this is done exactly what I mentioned. What often precedes a candle that closes with no, in this case, no lower wick, the bearish candle. The next candle often closes back quite strong in the opposite direction, strong bullish. Alright, so a London open, guys, this candle's got no upper wick as well, so that means there is no, either way there'd be no entry. There's still where we're at, there is no entry for me. So it's time to sit and chill, guys. It could head back up, not bothered. It's not my trade at the minute. Cameron, I won't say I'm a pro trader. I'm very competent and consistent in what I do. Who is a pro trader? What's a pro trader? I'm a humble trader. You in trade right now, gold? No, not in a minute. 100% buys or sells at the minute. Nothing for me. You ask me where I think it will likely go. I think it's more probable for it to head up, but I'm not buying it off the back of that because I don't have confirmation. Yard, there are plenty, but it has to be at a level I want to get involved. It's not at a level at the minute. We mark that in. It's going up, 12 on 12 off. Yep, a minute, looks like it. Ends hash, all-time high. Good chance it will. It tends to, I mean, off late, it just continues to rip and create all-time highs. First, extremely bullish. 12 on 12, yep, good chance it will. Oh, sorry. Just seeing this EV USD JPY sells for past 6 days. Nice one. I think it's a nice one. On 214, nice one. Yeah, so you are looking good. Missed an early entry, so I had to wait. Let's leave it, see for each 148.5. Buyer setup. Yeah, you're trailing the stop or? Assuming somewhere around here would have been a bad entry. Again, some economists who I respect and follow, predicting that. Fortunately for you, Carl, they're predicting it's going to go towards 180, 190, but it could pull back prior to that. But you're fine. I'm sure you got your stop loss in profit. Are you going to leave it? Yeah, break even. Well, there you go. At least you can't lose either way. First, you said your bias extreme bullish. Correct. We are bullish, very bullish. Now, I've marked in this zone of support not because I want to necessarily sell it below it. I need this confirmation before I look for sells below it. It needs to tap into the 4-hour resistance. Once it's tap in, reject, I could look for potential options from that point or back below the support. Without that, there is no sell options. Again, it's trading. My plan, trading with what I, experience has taught me to be more probable. Otherwise, guys, if it does pull back down, I could look for, if it does sweep liquidity from this zone and pop back up, then it could be options to maybe buy it still from this current, or the current blue zone which just bounced off. Well, Pistolero. You not quite tapped into that level, a little bit tricky at the minute. Building services, the Wiley's coming up, everyone buying gold, get ready to sell it next few days. Yeah, that is actually quite true as far as I know. The Indians, a lot like the Thais, the Chinese, the Vietnamese, Malaysia, Singapore, all that sort of region, they're very big on gold when it comes to celebration times. Quamble, if one have 100k FDMO, which lot should we? Just depends, mate. It all depends on what your stop loss is for the trade and that, but generally speaking, for a 100k account, you're looking at maximum of 10, but that's probably a little bit too far-fetched, to be honest, because your stop loss is going to be, especially on gold, it's going to be quite wide. You're probably looking between 5 and 8, I'd say, for the most part. But again, it all comes down to what your stop loss is. So you should have a lot size calculator. Help you determine, depending on what you're risking per trade. On a prop firm, I would be hesitant to risk more than 1% a trade, to be honest. Yared, yes, only gold. Safari, if I have 10k FTMO, what lot size? Generally speaking, max will be about 1, but again, depending on your stop loss, so you're probably looking anywhere between 50-cent lot and 80-cent lot for the most part. Sorry. Asking for a friend or yourself, it doesn't make a difference. I'm just giving you my opinion of it. Diego, again, bullish. First London candle finished bullish. What does that mean? Not much. It all comes down to the level that we're at. And for me, it's not the buys. It's not necessarily at a tradable area because we're trading into the 4-hour resistance. Yeah, 15 doesn't look all that bad. Uh, 100% will reach all-time high. I believe it will, personally. But again, I'm not just buying it because I think it will get there. It's only hopefully a London point of control heading into NY. I can't G. I'm starting a funding account. When you trade, do you trade every day, same time? Generally speaking, yes. So you think, yeah, mentioned that I believe it will. Me higher, doing 40 sales. Ooh, how's that for a liquidity grab? You're a bit late if you're not in it. Assuming it had a high, low, high, high, and then went on to break low. It's a level from yesterday, so not yet removed any of that. Daily keeps rejecting that support for our absolute mess here. And this is quite often what I see Gem4 do. That's why I'm reluctant to trade it without proper back testing. It will sweep the high or low of the Asian session, and within one candle it goes the opposite end. For me, I'd be focused on sales below that level, below his blue zone, so below 24,110. Once again, brings me to Forex test though, guys, where I'll be testing out German 40. I'm one simulating software in the business. If you've not watched my video on TikTok or YouTube, TikTok, it's pinned to the top of my profile. Have a watch of it. I give away secrets to pretty much my favorite entry. An entry that you will have only learnt about on this particular stream. So it's definitely worth a watch. It's got, last I saw, about 17,000 views. Oh, over 18 now. Yeah, so give that a watch. It's the first video pinned to the top of my profile. Alright, gold pushing. Alright, so it's all about how price reacts to this 4-hour zone now. Poor fella. Waiting for a retracement from gold, then buy. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. AJ, no, I'm not. Golden hours, films. Hey bro, sometimes the market goes against the setup. How can we identify and avoid? By having rules as to what you want to see when price gets to your level of interest, and that's what I do have, strict rules. And there's no way of, it's not foolproof. You're gonna take losses. It's just all part of trading. You need to accept that, so you can't completely avoid it. But if you have some strict rules as to what you want to see, and those rules will take time for you to determine. To be honest, it takes a lot of time. I've been training for more than 8 years, and I'm still adapting all the time. I've documented it all. I know what works for me. But again, I do adapt and adjust and add different entry types, so on and so forth. So there is no foolproof way of avoiding losses. But again, if you have some strict rules to follow, what that's going to do, if you've done enough testing, then it's going to give you a highly probable entry. So for me, I know if I do follow my rules when price is at the level I want to get involved and in accordance to my plan, there's an 80% chance I'm going to be on the end of a winning trade. I need to accept that there's 20% chance I'm going to be wrong. And that's all you can do. Yeah, what time frame is that? 15 Mo, a sweep of Asian low and then all-time high would be great. It's pretty much, yeah, well, it's halfway there. It's obviously swept the low. No, I've not entered yet. 1004 buy. I think it's a more a buy, but not just at the minute. Nice OTP. Would you say starting with small bread would be hard for people to trade? No, I think it's good, to be honest, because I've always been a proponent of live forwards, more I call forward testing. So on a small account, at least it'll give you the feel of having live funds in the market. So you still don't want to lose it, you know, by clicking a button and all of a sudden you've lost your money. So it might make you quickly respect your account, might teach you discipline. Whereas if you're trading on a demo, you're more likely stuff it. Let's just see how it goes. Let's just buy it or sell it and go full margin, for instance. But I don't think it's a bad thing. It's also good to backtest, again, I harp on about, but it's also good to have a simulated backtest because you can gather data quickly. You can skip through sessions, you can skip through candles, you can speed up candles, slow down candles, all that stuff. You can watch it print as it would have printed in real time if you really wanted to. So again, anyone interested, let me know. Forex Tester Online. I do have a link and a discount code. Link is attached to the video on TikTok and down below on YouTube in the description. But yeah, nothing wrong starting with a small account. Just don't expect to flip it. Don't do stupid shit like try to go full margin, because it just doesn't teach you anything moving forward. And if you get away with it once or twice, you think you'll get away with it again, and you're likely going to blow the account. First one, we're waiting for gold, so it has to be above the all-time high at the minute, or back at support. So triggering some sellers, trap the sellers, close above. That's what I'd be looking at. Alright, so it taps its own up, top gives a sell candle, we're selling. Doesn't, no, not necessarily. Needs to be a catalyst sell candle. Again, there's reasons, because for me, I know it means it's more probable than not. Golden hours, I just answered your question a few minutes ago. Not sure if you're paying attention. Yeah, there is no way of avoiding it. You're just going to be strict following your plan and your rules. That's all you can do, and accept that you're going to take some losses. So again, if my plan is to wait for price to get either A, above the high, or B, making clear move up now, back at pop back down, make clear move back down to support, and there could be my potential entry points. The other C is rejection in this zone. Now, so that's the plan. The rules will all depend on how price approaches those levels and what I see happening. So the entry signals will be determined by, first of all, closures and again, the approach. So right now I know for me to sell it, there is going to be no entry right now if the next candle closes bearish, because the reason is for me to have a probable sell entry, the catalyst would be engulfing bearish here. If that's to be the case, we're closing back at support, so there is no margin, plus stop loss can be way too high. So my rule for here would be that now it's tapped into the 4-hour zone. What I want to see happen, and again, free education guys, so please like the stream, smash that screen, also TikTok, is for, first of all, candles to close bearish, so preferably a 30 at this point. in it, I want to see a little bit of support, minor support form back below. And if price becomes to break that support, there could be an opportunity to take a sell off the back of that, of the rejection of the 4-hour resistance. That is perhaps a catalyst I could be looking at. The best one is the engulfing play, but again, it's just going to mean there is no margin to sell it because you're at support and you're going to have a massive stop loss. So off the back of the strength of the previous or current M30 for closes strong bullish, then that is what I need to see. I need to see a little bit of consolidation at this point and price begin to pop below it. That's an example of what you need to do to best avoid taking a loss. For me anyway. But again, have the plan. What I'm trying to explain is have a plan, break the rules and stick to it. M30 looked okay for a buy. A little bit late, but anyway. Carl, the RC entry concept is what got me into USD JPY. Oh, nice one, mate. Also got me a good one. I think you mean DAX, I'm assuming. Couple days. Wow, nice one, mate. There you go. Good to see people taking advantage of what they see and learn on the stream. Very delicious. Glad to be back on comment section, brother. How's gold doing? Nice one, mate. Yes, bullish, very bullish. Continues to pump. Tommy, all good, mate. Hope you're well. Welcome, welcome. Jared, how do you mark up your zone? So I do it differently. This one, keeping it deep because that's the 4-hour zone. So I attach it the highest point of any bearish candle to the open of the closest bearish candle, which in this case is the same candle. Sometimes it won't be. What I normally do is adjust it in 15-minute time frame. So maybe it's something like that. But I want to keep it deep in this case. What I can see is we've tapped in, and I want to see if we begin to reject for maybe some sell options similar to rejections to what we had here. To downside, same thing, lowest point of any bullish candle. It's the most recent support attached to the closest body of any bullish candle. Here it's a little bit subjective. This is the lowest point of any bullish candle. This support, attached it to the bodies of these candles just because it's, I mean, I'm not going to necessarily look to sell below this level because you're running straight to that wick and then straight to that wick. So I'm keeping it deep because to me it's a deep zone of liquidity. Lines up with some consolidation here to the left as well. But again, it's all subjective. Everyone does it differently. Some people don't draw zones, some just draw horizontals. Some will draw a zone for whatever reason just like that. And I can't knock it because if it works for them, good luck to them. This is just how I do it. Tiny Traveler, order flow, if that works, that's what works for you. Close, I'm looking for wick up and close red for a sell. 100% in a buy, you think it will carry on. Don't have crystal ball, mate. It's at 4-hour resistance, so just be careful. Well, influence W trader. I like to think I'm a pretty good trader. I'm not sure if you're talking about me or you. But nonetheless, thank you. Vikram, isn't that hammer or Bozy indicate steering up to it? No idea what you're talking about. I lost by. Yeah, again, just be careful, guys. We're at the 4-hour resistance, which is the all-time high resistance. Nothing wrong with being patient and waiting. Take Short says buy. Carlos says buy. Roll Influence still waiting for the Discord free version. There is a free version, mate. There is one, just not one. No one tends to talk in it, to be honest. Breaks the bearish order block will carry on up. Is in the resistance. Good chance it will. Excuse me. Doing longs, expecting a new all-time high. No, not in longs. I do believe we will eventually create a new all-time high. I don't have the right confirmation to enter. Yared. So again, waiting for either pop above, but if we're coming from where we come from, that's some measure. It's quite a distance. 300 plus pips by the looks of it. 200 plus pips back. Then again, I'd want to see, is there a straight bullish? I want to trigger in some sells prior to popping above the all-time high, and then I would consider the buy. Otherwise, like I mentioned before, I want to see a little bit of this rejection for a sell or buys back at the support. Arthur Wilson will sell now, be alright. It's not the worst level to get involved, but there is no confirmation in my personal opinion. Bitcoin previous to candlesticks. One is hammer, one is mirror. I have no idea what Mirabosi means, to be honest. No idea what you're talking about. Alright guys, just give me a second. I'll be back. Alrighty. Thank you to the new followers, guys. Again, we're a winning stream, we're a competent, consistent stream because we stick to the plan. We don't jump in on anything in between. Do pay attention. A lot of time, the plan will eventually present. And some of you make the most of it after the stream as well, so just to see, guys. 5 minutes closed back bearish, 15 has not done so yet. Still don't have yet a catalyst, to be honest. This candle for me to consider an entry on the 5 minute would have to close very, very weak bullish, closing the M15. Back bearish at the resistance. What that does is it will give you a minor support at the resistance. It's a lower of the high, it's still a high probability entry, but I think it's slightly lower than normal because it's using a 5 minute, so it's a lower time frame. But what it does is create minor support. So if price was to continue back bullish, there would be not much of a need for it to break minor support. But what overrides that is the fact that the 15-minute would have been, well, would have closed bearish at resistance. So if price was to break that minor support in the 5-minute, I do believe there is a good chance it could head back down to 42.18. So let's just wait and see. I'm not ruling out a potential entry in just under 4 minutes. That has to be exactly how I want it. Where's the current low? Now, if this closes bearish in a 5-minute, I don't have that minor support yet. There is no entry. All I've got is a weak bearish candle against a strong bullish candle. But the likelihood is it's not going to present. And to be honest, I'm very hesitant to sell it still. I'm very bullish. Yeah, IG looks nice. Bounce from support. Yeah, to me, it wasn't tapped in. To me, it's just consolidating. Nothing on GU. SMC Queen, goodbye to you. Still, I can't believe people would have the knack to go into someone else's stream to try and promote themselves. That's really bottom feeding scum, if you ask me. I would never do it. I'd be too embarrassed. Mo, I mean, sells from third touch on trend line. Fair enough. Don't trade trend lines. Fair enough if you go on someone else's stream and support them, encourage them. But not say follow me, drop link in my bio and all that crap. It's, yeah. Me, it's not on. Alright, flipping back bullish here. So, still nothing on the gold. Mo, tight stop loss. Fair enough, mate. It's popping back up. Just be careful. Dive for not taking weak bearish candle closure buys on previous 1 hour. It was weak. Previous 1 hour. Yeah, because to me it wasn't. I mean, it made the move. I was looking to get involved from this level. And I was concerned about the 4-hour resistance. So yeah, the 30-minute wasn't bad. And yeah, look, I probably could have gotten involved, to be honest. May have missed that. May have missed it. But trading to the 4-hour level, I was more focused on getting involved at this level. So sometimes we miss out on opportunity, but not a bad entry that one would have been. I did mention a while back that perhaps could have been an entry on the 30. I was focused on the 15. I was focused on the fact that we bounced off and we're close to the 4-hour resistance. So it is what it is. But that is well spotted. I think you're onto something there. So we're human. We miss things. At least it's not a loss. That's a good thing. Charlene, I've seen it so many lives. They are complete trash. I know it's frustrating, to be honest. Alright, so we're closing strong bullish again, so that forget that sell option. Do you think price going down, Alex? I'm more inclined to think it's going up. Dive? No, really, well done, mate. You're not wrong. And had I looked at the 30, maybe I probably would have taken that, to be honest. It's easy to say after the fact. But that is a catalyst. That is weak bearish. Would have had enough margin. You would have had to use the entry candle as a stop loss, similar to what I did yesterday. Bounced off a level of support, so you do have the catalyst. But I probably didn't consider it or look at it because the level we're at. But you're well spotted, mate. You're not wrong. So again, good to see you guys paying attention and learning things, even if I'm not taking intro. Hamod, all good, mate. Hope you're well. GJ pulling back. GU shit ass owning. EU looking much better than GU. EU's at a point of interest. So EU buys look good if it does in fact bounce off this level and form some support. So you could look for perhaps a price action catalyst within it. Few options here. First one, pay attention guys, free education. This candle closed bearish like so. You'd be looking for the following candles close bullish engulfing on the M15. What that's going to do is close the M30 looking a little bit like this, leaving a long wick into the support zone, maintaining bullish structure. You've got a bullish engulfing M15 to close the M30 back bullish. To me, that is a dual catalyst, lower wick, and there's the entry as it breaks above the high. Second option could be, again, it's all about education, the stream guys, so I'm giving it to you for nothing here. This candle, in fact, flips back bullish. Closes whatever, something like so, and then the following candle closes very weak bearish. Can have a high low high high, it doesn't make that much of a difference. It's going to again close the M30 back bullish, looking similar to the previous candle, and within it you got a minor resistance at support, above support, maintaining bullish structure. Next M15/30 opens up, lower wick, enters, breaks the high of the what will be the M30, previous M30 catalyst. So hype, that's for people ask what I'm looking for, what's the confirmation. Those are the types of confirmations. The other one would be, now again, this is the best of the bunch, but if it happens, you've got no margin, your stop loss is too wide, is if this M30 closed bullish engulfing. But then you're right back at resistance again, so there is no margin, stop loss is too wide. If it were gold, M15 bullish engulfing would be good. For me, I don't really trade, well, I don't trade the currency pairs at all, but I would preference the 30-minute over the 15. Just to make it AT, mate. Hamod, I suffer from mental issues from gold in my orders and I don't have any target per day. Yeah, gold can do that to you. You need to, again, you need to have a plan, you need to follow it, you need to have specific risk that you're willing to take of a day of a trade and just stick to it, because it can really tear shreds into an account if you're not careful. Mo almost got taken out, but it's rejecting. Nice now. Nice one, mate. My advice, again, you need to have a plan, a trading plan. You need to know prior to your day what you're gonna, how your day revolves around trading. First thing you do when you come to the market, you do your analysis, so on and so forth. You need to know what risk you're going to take per trade. You need to know what sort of catalysts and signals you are to look for once price is at those levels. You just need a solid play. You need to stick to it. You need to accept the fact you're going to have a losing day, a losing trade time to time as well. Don't go chasing it. But that's why having rules and sticking to them will really help. So very tough, I know. It took me a long time to figure that out myself, but it's just true, it's fact. So what I have for my team, and it's a very simple thing, what I call the daily guide. And it's just a rough guide as to what you should do when it comes to the charts of a day. There's a video attached, and it's just for people to follow. Just things you need to know prior to your day of trading. So not so much when it comes to analysis and that, but just little things where sometimes people neglect because they focus more on the trading side of stuff, and they forget all about, you know, why they're trading, what they're risking, what they're looking for, so on and so forth, and they just try to jump into a trade. It's nothing wrong, and I never forget, because a few of the guys that I've known and coached for a while and just known for a while, you know, when they've said to me, it actually feels good when you have a no trading day, and you understand it when you get to that point, because it means you've followed your rules throughout. And if you jumped in the past, you likely would have, that would have been a day you would have got wrecked. Oh, 15 minutes ago, no top wick. Yep, 100% right now. It's moving up. You think it'll go back up again? Good chance it will, but again, it's at 4-hour resistance and struggling at it. So I'm not predicting. I'm reacting. There is nothing for me at the moment. Hamo sometimes never stop trading all day. That's crazy. I know. I'm gonna lose everything. Yeah. Yeah, that's, to be honest, is very, very draining. I've been there, I've done that. Boji, I believe will tap 42, 37. Yeah, good chance. Alright, so we'll stick around for the closure of this M15. We close bearish engulfing, we may have a sell signal. But I will be extremely, extremely quick if the moves into profit to manage it, because it's against the bias, it's against the trend. Purely because it's at a resistance, a high time frame resistance. And that's pretty much it, a catalyst forming at that level. Don't want to roll with a massive stop loss as well, so everything has to be perfect. I'm going to look for a count. Everything should be perfect always, to be honest, even more so when you're looking for a counter trend entry. KJP, where is the retest? What do you mean? It's tapped into the 4-hour zone. Could come back down to 42.18, retest that most recent support. Alright, so we want the candles to start holding up a bit. The 5-minute for closed, for instance, like so, followed by a weak bullish candle, then we'll form minus support below the resistance again, and that would close the M15 bearish engulfing, and that would be a really strong indication that we could head back down to 42.18. But if we melt in a little bit, if we melt much further into the range below, then there will be no entry. DSMEC, just a question: do you not have other charts open? 1 minute. No, for me I don't, because again the 15 is the main confirmation. I'll look at 5 as well. You could do it. Yeah, I just, for me, I not found it to be of any benefit, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with it. Gut luck, welcome to you. Naz, we're testing our level, any buy scenario. Yeah, so we spoke about good options to buy Naz before, which I know Dean, one of the members, made the most of it. Yeah, definitely, if you've got the right confirmation, do so. So for instance, this closed back weak bearish after rejecting the range below, rejecting this zone, then that could be an impulsive entry as it breaks the high of that candle. So again, this is where you can use the fib. 0.382, closing back above the blue zone. So basically just back above the blue zone, and could have potential impulse entries that breaks the high of the bearish candle. Otherwise, you're waiting for the strong confirmation and a safer confirmation, which is just closing back something like so. Whole pushing, dropping. Yeah, 70 pip stop at the minute, and it could continue to drop. Alright, let's look at the 5. this candle has to pretty much close as is. So this is the type of scenario I just mentioned before. This closed weak, bullish. Then we've got minor support, below resistance, 15-minute engulfing. It would be better if it was the 30 with the 15-minute forming minor support below resistance and engulfing, but still it's not a bad signal. Rob's got $100. Let's become millionaires together. Vec, all good. Almost like having a cheat sheet. All good, mate. 100%. What does it mean? I don't know what you're talking about, to be honest. I think we're all confused. The professional, what is the most you made in 24 hours? I don't know, I can't remember. Nor is it that important to disclose, to be honest. Algmo, would it be good buy? No, I think you're a bit late. I think you need to let it either pull back or above the high again. Doesn't mean it's bullish. It's, yeah, I've been saying it's bullish all along, but I see maybe potential counter trend sells. But this candle needs to reject just now, so this 5-minute needs to close weak bullish, and if it does, I might look to sell it on the next M15 as it breaks low of the catalyst candle here. But if it closes like so, it means nothing to me. There's no entry. Yeah, and so you guys have heard me and you're seeing me in action. Create the rule. What I want to see. The next issue is going to be stop loss. So again, it's going to come down to the following candle creating a decent upper wick and trusting that as sufficient enough of a level for a stop loss to be placed. Risky, but otherwise the stop loss is way too wide counter trend based off of 15. You're looking at about 70 plus pips. All right, minute 45 seconds, guys. Has to close weak bullish in the M5, closing the M15 bearish engulfing. Lemon Khan, sorry, I just saw that message. Yes, to analyze it, but I don't trade it. GJ is forbidden. All right, what is the low now? 42.26, 87, so 42.26, 65 could be a potential entry point if the catalyst is ticked off. All right, guys, so now we have 1 minute remaining. Need to close engulfing, we need to close weak bullish in the 5-minute. Close like this, there is no valid entry. Catalyst, very bullish, yes, but I see just that level out some potential counter trend sells. Alright, it's 30 seconds. Needs the dump. 10 seconds, guys. Needs the dump. And not valid, so it's not closed engulfing. 5 minutes closed strong bullish. It is not valid, so this is what it is. So moving forward, guys, what I'd be looking for is this now becomes a pretty tricky area, to be honest, leaving that long low wick. Again, I would preference the buyers now. What I'd be looking for is price to come back down to 42.18 and look for some sort of bounce off that point there. Otherwise, you're at 4-hour resistance, so it's a bit tricky to buy at the current level, in my personal opinion. What I'd like to see is price pop back above the all-time high, retest it, begin to pull away. Good thing is we have triggered in some sellers, so if we were to begin to pop above, I do think it's a good chance to get involved in further buy options. Aside from that, I think that's about it. Be careful selling it. That's all I'd say. It's very bullish. Yeah, my opinion. Thank you one all for joining. Should be on tomorrow. I definitely will be on my group. Friday is a bit up and down for me if I stream or not. I'm not 100% sure on Friday, but I will be on my members, so you guys will catch you later anyway. Franco, I might jump on for a quick call later for a live update.
Yeah. Hopefully I can join later on. Yeah.
No worries, brother.
When do you plan it approximately?
To be honest, I play it by ear. Maybe an hour from now and a bit.
Maybe an hour. Okay.
Yeah.
I will look. Yeah.
No worries,
Okay,
mate.
man. See you then.
Take care, brother.
Bye.
All the best.
Yeah. Too. Bye.
See you, mate. Bye. YouTube, TikTok, again, thank you for the support. Don't forget to like, follow, do all that good stuff. Don't forget to give the video a watch of the Forex tester. Again, it's not just promoting the simulator. I also give away the key features of my favorite entry. One that you've only heard about and learned on this stream, the IC entry. Not ICT, IC, it's different. It's not the same shit. So do give it a watch. It is pinned to the top of my profile on TikTok, and obviously you'll find it on YouTube as well for those who subscribe to YouTube channel. Yeah, if anyone wants to know more about anything, feel free to DM me. Always feel free to send me a g'day, hello. I always reply to every message. Just don't be daft, guys. I do never initiate contact, so I will never send a message to you first. I will never ask for any money or crypto or any of that crap. So if you want to message me, I'm happy to reply. Take care, guys. Have a good one. All the best. Cheers. Bye, team.